I had a turbulent childhood, I think, which is why it led me to be a writer. Dad se nahi baat hoti is something that I really miss. As individuals, I think my parents are really beautiful people, but as a team, they are a disaster. Desperation to an extent that I got into a very bad marriage, which lasted for 4 months.
Our today's guest on Share and Go Spotlight has a way with words. She is insightful, smart, and a force to be reckoned with. Her company, Paperless Postcards, is revamping the way we process content. This self-confessed underdog is none other than Bistriti Podar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Himanshu. This is probably the first time that I'm ever going to go all out about my life.
Please do that because हम पेपरलेस पोस्टकार्ड्स की तो बहुत बाद में बात करेंगे क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग आपसे इस बारे में बात कर चुके होंगे, पूछ चुके होंगे. मुझे उन सब चीजें नहीं जाननी, वो हम बाद में जान लेंगे. मुझे जानना आपका बचपन कैसा था.
बचपन की बहुत ज़्यादा फॉन्ड मेमोरीज तो नहीं है. I had a turbulent childhood, I think, which is why it led me to be a writer. It was violent to an extent that I never wanted to go back home after school. So I had this friend of mine at school जिसके घर में काफ़ी बार भाग के ऐसे चली जाती थी कि आज तेरे घर ही चलते हैं. And so yeah, like बहुत ज़्यादा fond memories नहीं हैं. A very hostile environment that I was raised in. Although I was very close to my dad, I think I still am and I still miss him because ever since I came back to or came to Bombay, I basically left my house in 2013 and I've not looked back. Dad se nahi baat hoti is something that I really miss. So
daughters are usually very close to fathers.
So that is one aspect of my life that I really miss. But
ऐसा क्यों था? घर का जो एटमॉस्फेयर था वो वायलेंट था, वो घर के झगड़ों की वजह से, मॉम डैड के झगड़ों की वजह से, ये क्या था बेसिकली?
There are two things in life. एक होता है कि as individuals, I think my parents are really beautiful people, but as a team, they are a disaster. And that happens like a lot of times, you know. Like as people, I think if now that I've grown up and all, जब आप छोटे होते तब आपको इतना नहीं समझ रहा होता. Because of that turbulence or violence and इतना ज़्यादा डर के जीना made me the kind of person that I am today. Like for 27 long years, I kept feeling और मेरे को यही लगता था that I'm not good enough or I didn't have any sort of self-confidence or self-worth rather. But yeah, like amid all this, I think my brother and I did really well for ourselves. And then I think there are some things जो मेरी मॉम की बहुत commendable चीज़ें हैं, I think, जो मैं carry करती हूँ. Like I said that as individuals, they have taught me like a lot of ethics, a lot of fundamentals that I still carry. But
ये आपने बचपन में ही सीख लिया था या फिर धीरे-धीरे आपको समझ में आना शुरू हुआ तो आपने फिर सीखी वो सब?
Over the time, I think as a child I was very angry as a child, very angry. I can't even tell you at what level.
Pent up anger.
And apparently I went to a very rich school.
तो क्या स्कूल का एटमॉस्फेयर भी कुछ इस तरह का था?
नहीं, so स्कूल का एटमॉस्फेयर ऐसा था कि because amid all the rich people, right, and because of my family atmosphere or stuff like that, there was a lot of peer pressure. There was a lot of times when I felt extremely demeaned because we couldn't avail the kind of opportunities the school was otherwise offering to us except education.
But क्या आप कभी अपने माँ बाप के झगड़ों में इन्वॉल्व हुई?
A lot of times. क्या होता है कि जो आपके circumstances होते हैं, especially when you are a child, violence या turbulence या hostility आपको किस तरीके के frame of mind में convert करती है वो आपको उस time नहीं समझ आता. Like my brother finds his solace in travel, so he travels a lot. I found so हम दोनों में ही escapism है. Something I'm not very proud of.
We all have it. कहीं ना कहीं जब चीजें अपने आप से बाहर हो जाती हैं आपको समझ में नहीं आता.
नहीं, मेरे से बहुत जल्दी हो जाता है वो. जैसे क्योंकि because I tend to feel कि इतना ज़्यादा already देख लिया है, अब आगे I just want everything to be okay.
क्षमता नहीं है देखने की.
अब I don't think I feel that I'll collapse or something. So I have that escapist behavior. बहुत ज़्यादा डर लगता है.
वो actually बचपन का डर उभर के बीच में बाहर आ जाता है.
बहुत ज़्यादा, मतलब I'm so scared as a person and बट आयरनी जिंदगी की ये है कि आई एम ऑल्सो दैट पर्सन हु कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू project her fears because at the level that I am also the founder of a company where so many people, and a company that is actually selling inspiration, you know, so everybody is looking up to me every single day.
I understand that, but क्या है ना, मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ कि we all are human beings and we all are flawed. हर किसी के अपने अपने फ्लॉज हैं. जो आपकी कंडीशनिंग हुई है, इतने टर्बुलेंट एटमॉस्फेयर से आप गुजरी हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है वो जितने भी फियर्स होंगे वो डीपली इनग्रेव्ड होंगे.
बहुत ज़्यादा, मतलब
दूसरे की जिंदगी में कुछ और होगा शायद. हर इंसान की अपनी अपनी जिंदगी होती है.
So वो vulnerable sides not a lot of people know. So even in my company there are a lot of times when my co-founder also, who happens to be my best friend,
correct,
he has helped me in the last 3 years. I think my life, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं 27 साल तक कोमा में थी. This is something that I've shared with you earlier. Like जब इतने ज़्यादा संघर्ष से गुजर रहे होते हैं या आपके घर में टर्मोइल होता है, you are always desperate to seek love outside of that ecosystem.
Did you also do that?
Yes, all the time.
All
like,
the time.
I was looking out for love all the time, all my life.
Were you successful?
No, never. I would like to say that I made the wrong choices because आपको नहीं पता कि आप क्या deserve करते हैं. So you're just settling for anything and everything that comes your way.
Also, can I ask you something? Because एक इंसान को जब घर में प्यार नहीं मिलता, due to whatever reasons being, तो बाहर प्यार ढूंढने की जब कोशिश करता है, there's something called needy love also.
Right.
तो उसकी वजह से मुझे लगता है ऐसा भी हो कि कभी कुछ desperation भी हो गई because you wanted it so much, and because you wanted it so much, then you probably settle for somebody which you're not even thinking about, or maybe settle for less. I mean, completely. Was that the case as well?
Desperation to an extent that I got into a very bad marriage which lasted for 4 months, and that shattered my life. That was the moment, because that was the only hope that I ever had कि मुझे इस घर से निकलना है बहुत जल्द मुझे, and
एक जगह से निकल के दूसरी जगह जाना.
Yes,
so was it a love marriage?
It was a love and arranged marriage. Like, I'm one person who can never like marry and like ऐसे.
It has to be love.
It has to. I'm like a hopeless romantic. So
shake hands. Hopeless romantics are here.
So yeah. So हाँ, ऐसे एक गलत शादी हुई, and I was religiously in love with that person, and then it ended in 4 months. कौन गलत कौन सही, let's not get into that, but it was a bad marriage overall. For me it was a point where it was over, like I just didn't know what was happening. तो उसके बाद काफ़ी ज़्यादा ऐसे एंग्जाइटी शुरू हुआ मुझे.
क्या उम्र थी आपकी उस समय?
21, like चाइल्ड मैरिज हुई है.
क्या हो गया था बिस्तरी?
So like yeah.
21 साल में?
अरे 21 साल आपको लग रहा है कि 21 साल, a lot of people think that 21 साल में कौन शादी करता है.
Exactly.
But मेरे लिए 21 साल का इंतज़ार था कि मुझे वहाँ से निकलना है. So the first person I sort of felt so strongly for, we got married.
Did he also wanted to get married at that point of time?
Yeah,
he also wanted.
I think I'm not a person who regrets anything. I do not regret my marriage at all, because at that time you were in love. So you cannot like just undo or erase that moment.
Nobody
right?
Can do that,
that was very authentic. That was original.
For that moment, it was the most beautiful thing for you.
Yeah, that was. So why should we just not acknowledge the fact?
That's such a beautiful
yes,
attitude
I will
towards life.
still. Yeah, I still will acknowledge the fact that I was supremely in love with that man.
Wow.
And I think I will never stop loving him, because एक कुछ ऐसे बातें थी when we were separating is क्योंकि मैं लिखती तब भी थी. So I don't know for what reason he had once told me that तुम कभी भी जिंदगी में कुछ लिखोगी, I will be the first reader. So
क्या बात है, subhanallah, beautiful. Let's play an interesting game. This is a 60-seconder game. ठीक है, इसके अंदर 17 cards हैं. Okay, should we start?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yes.
Passionate, me, faith, writing.
Faith is writing.
Life, incredible.
Life is incredible.
Relationships, amazing.
No, that's not the answer. Relationship amazing. Okay, we have 24 seconds already gone. 36 more left.
Relationships, I think I need work on these. Yeah, I need to work.
इसके गणित पे काम करना.
हाँ, इसके गणित पे काम. Self-love, a recent discovery.
Okay, self-love, recent discovery.
Miracle, life. I think paperless postcards is a miracle.
Miracle is life.
Heart, love.
Thank you so much. Heart is love. Wow, we never knew this. Okay, 49 seconds done. We have 10 more
Okay.
seconds to go.
Humanity.
10, 9,
Humanity.
8,
Humanity.
7,
Serving others.
6,
Okay.
5,
Music.
4, 3,
Sol-
2,
music.
1. Thank you.
No, I don't know.
Tell me something about this serving others.
So I'm also a philanthropist. I don't know at what degree I would want to rate myself as, but I have sponsored / adopted 3 kids from Dharavi. Yeah, and
Wow, that's really
so
nice.
I think, and I spend a lot of time with them, and I've sponsored their education, and I think
That's a
they have the
beautiful
most.
initiative.
Yes, I think that they have the most incredible stories. So this girl. So she is an orphan and she just has a grandmother. तो उन्होंने एक बार मुझे अपने घर इनवाइट किया धारावी में. They are very very poor and उनके घर में सबसे कीमती सामान एक मैट था जो उन्होंने शायद मेरे आने से खोली थी. उस पे भी it was torn. वो फटा हुआ था एजेस से. आई वॉज लाइक ऑल स्ट्रक. हर दादी 70 or 75. They don't have too much financial support from anyone. Then she was like, I was about to discontinue her education, but क्योंकि उसे पढ़ना इतना पसंद है, I am so glad that she found you.
क्या बात.
Because now she can. She probably doesn't earn more than 1,000 or 1,500 bucks. 2,000 से ज़्यादा तो नहीं होगा.
2,000 रुपये महीना.
हाँ महीना. क्योंकि she 75, she doesn't have work anyway, right? और उन्होंने मेरे लिए pomfret fish curry बनाया था. That meal itself would have cost her
300-400 रुपये.
500 रुपये तक को, because काफी बड़ा fish.
काफी बड़ा, हाँ.
And I was in tears that time. I think I felt like the richest girl, and I felt that I'm sitting with the richest people in the world.
बात है.
This is richness for me. This is, I think, the highest degree of humanity. करना वो होता है जहाँ पे आपको पता है कि आपको वापस कुछ मिलने नहीं वाला. I think जब वो करते हो आप, तो that is when I feel that I really really admire such people.
नेकियां.
हाँ, so जब आपको रिटर्न में नहीं मिल रहा, ऐसी जगह करो जहाँ पे आपको पता है आपको कुछ मिलने नहीं वाला. So वो नेकी होती है, and that is my real definition.
नेकी कर दरिया में डाल. पेपरलेस पोस्टकार्ड्स की शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई?
Because I come from the digital industry with 8 years of experience, so I realized कि content, digital content या तो extremely frivolous था या intimidating था.
Frivolous था कि frivolous है?
अभी भी काफी ज़्यादा है.
Thank you for being kind. Frivolous है अभी भी.
So it was either very frivolous or intimidating. Everybody was trying to prove a point or things like that. Nobody was actually trying to be honest or just showing what it is. So paperless postcards is no sugarcoating. It is blunt, it is stereotype breaking.
Disclaimer तो बता दो लोगों
हाँ,
को.
so हमारा disclaimer ऐसा है कि this conversation is non-fictional and any resemblance to real life is purely intentional.
क्या बात है, purely intentional. सबसे खूबसूरत बात क्या है पेपरलेस पोस्टकार्ड्स की, जो मुझे बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा अजीज लगती है? चंद शब्दों में जिंदगी की बहुत सारी बातों को बखान कर देना बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुली. दैट्स पेपरलेस पोस्टकार्ड्स फॉर मी.
Absolutely.
नहीं कर पाते लोग.
Thank you so much.
There's
I
definitely a magic in that.
I think means a lot, and
Yeah.
my team, if they watch it, I think they're going to be
No,
very
it's
excited.
absolutely beautiful. In fact, I would want to show the book. Thank you so much for this kindness that आपने मुझे बुलाया था इसको, launch
The
करने के
pleasure
लिए.
is all ours.
And it will always be special to me. It's called Non-Fiction Conversations
Yeah.
by Paperless Postcards, and the book is called Unbook.
Yes.
I mean, this is amazing. और इसकी बहुत सारी conversations हैं जो मुझे बेहद ही पसंद है. Postcards का idea कहाँ से है आपके पास?
I think क्योंकि हमारे जो conversations थे, we wanted to tap nostalgia, and उस टाइम पे ना हम लोग एक exercise कर रहे थे अपने ऑफिस में, where we were writing postcards to people.
How nice.
So वहाँ से वो idea आया, so digital postcards.
क्या बात.
So, yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. So I would just definitely want to pick something or the other. So I'll read it out. She, the dialogue between he and she, as
Yeah.
always. She, ऐसा क्यों? Dialogue हमेशा between he and she क्यों?
एक तो हम ये पिच कर रहे हैं दैट दीज आर नॉन फिक्शन कॉन्वर्सेशन, सो दिस हैज टू बी बिटवीन टू इंडिविजुअल्स. तो हमने वो प्रोटैगनिस्ट and it was a deliberate brand positioning that we wanted to build two really strong protagonists over the time कि ये उन दोनों के बीच की बातें हैं.
तो बेसिकली दो किरदार बना दिए.
हाँ, दो हमने किरदार बना दिए कि उनके बीच की बातें, उनकी जर्नी,
और उसके थ्रू पूरी की पूरी लाइफ की जर्नी आप लोगों तक पहुंचा रहे हैं. So she says, I go home, make my coffee, read my favorite novel, and there's no one around. He says, don't you feel lonely? She says, it depends on what you decide to feel. I feel free. This is you.
Yeah.
This is you.
Totally.
I can totally believe that.
Totally. Yeah. Although it was not written by me, but one of our team members, because like I said कि हमारे team में most of the people are like that.
Wow.
मतलब we are all very relatable people. तो I think इसीलिए conversations इतने raw और relatable हो जाते हैं. हाँ.
वो birthday वाला तो मेरे दिमाग में घुसा हुआ अभी तक यार.
है ना?
Yeah. She says, why are you wishing me after 12 o'clock?
Yeah,
you know, my birthday is over now.
Yeah.
And he says,
when everyone is done and dusted, like when everyone is done with you, I will still be there.
I will still be there. So I want to make sure that I'm going to be there when everyone's still done and dusted with you. Wow, this is such beautiful. वो अभी तक ज़हन में घूम रही है मेरे.
Right.
This is so amazing. Complete the following sentences. My dream vacation is.
I think I would like to go to Mauritius. I'm a water baby. I'm a big time sea lover.
I feel most energized.
I think during my talks.
I wasted my time doing.
Loving the wrong kind of people, I guess.
And I wouldn't have achieved all this without the support of.
My team at Paperless Postcards. I think
they
are the real role models. I'm just a representative of the brand.
God is taking care of you.
Absolutely.
In one way or the other.
Yeah, like Ankit ने मुझे बहुत प्यारी बातें की.
Ankit, Paperless Postcards के co-founder.
So once we were just discussing someone and I said, Ankit, are you sure I should consider this prospect and whatever. वापस से कुछ ना मिला यहाँ से तो you know how much invested I become with someone.
ये relationship की बात हो रही है.
हाँ, मतलब somebody we were just considering.
Correct.
He was like, बिस्रती मान के चलो नहीं मिलेगा, समझ लो नहीं ही मिलेगा यहाँ से. But you are बिस्रती, आप रिश्तों में गणित कब से लगाने लगे? और दूसरी बात, यहाँ से नहीं मिलेगा तो कहीं और से मिल जाएगा जैसे हमें अब तक मिलता आ रहा है.
क्या बात है, this is so nice.
Yeah, so like आप देखो, मतलब आपको जहाँ से आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो मे बी उस सोर्स से आपको वो प्यार या इन्वेस्टमेंट ना मिले, बट आई थिंक लव, if you have invested in love or education, these are the two things जो कभी मतलब वेस्ट नहीं जाते.
वैसे भी जिंदगी गोल गोल घूम के वापस आ जाती है.
हाँ, ये बट ये दोनों
कोई ना कोई तो वापस आके दे ही देगा.
ये दोनों चीजें, जैसे मैंने मेरी शादी में बहुत ज़्यादा मैं इन्वेस्टेड थी एंड आई फेल्ट लाइक अ वेस्ट फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम. I felt worthless for a very long time. I felt cheated for a very long time. But then now look at what life has given me. मतलब ये मैंने expect नहीं किया.
Paperless Postcards की founder, बताओ.
I have only survived because I am a writer. अगर मैं writer ना होती, I don't think I could have survived this because writing became my 3 AM friend. आज भी मैं अभी जैसे आपके शो में सब कुछ उगल रही हूँ और ये सब, it will definitely make me feel lighter for a while. But I think when I go back home, I make sure that I write at least 100 words a day because otherwise I cannot have sleep at night. I think writing is my go-to person. That is the best or the greatest love story I've ever had. So I think
with your pen and
yes,
with your paper.
Yes.
मुझे बताओ, इतने turbulent atmosphere से, इतनी turbulent marriage से क्या सीखा आपने?
Courage. And वो सीखा नहीं, वो choice नहीं था मेरे पास.
Never have I ever stolen money from a sibling's piggy bank.
I have stolen money from my dad's wallet.
पी लो.
Right after my separation, मैं दिल्ली की एक बरसाती में रहती थी. Very small room.
छत के ऊपर
की जो बरसाती
होती है. Correct.
You know, when I die, I should have at least 4 people around my grave who can say that this woman changed my life.
How nice is that?
Either I could submit, surrender and get buried. But I chose to be a phoenix.
एक इंसान जो इतने turbulent atmosphere से आया, इतने violent atmosphere, इतने hostile environment से आया है, उसके चेहरे की मुस्कुराहट खत्म ही नहीं होती यार.
In one word, if you have to define Share and Grow, your vision for Share and Grow would be?